Hello to all of you who are attending this virtual conference today. My name is Patty Maxin, and it is such an honor for me to be speaking as the program manager for CholangioConnect. Thank you for allowing me these few minutes to explain to you our purpose, and for those new in the audience, to introduce you to our mission. CholangioConnect is an example of one of the volunteer programs that is exclusive to this foundation. The intent of this service is to help foster relationships within the community. It is a place where patients and caregivers have the opportunity to express confidential conversations. They are able to receive support from others who have had similar experiences with cholangiocarcinoma. Those others are our heroes, our mentors. Maya Angelou captured it so beautifully when she stated, "I think a hero is any person really intent on making this a better place for all people." And that is exactly what our mentors do. I suspect that most everyone listening in realizes outside of this virtual community, the circle of friends understanding this carcinoma is relatively small. Such thoughts only reinforce the loneliness that may accompany this rare cancer. In our current environment, with this insidious virus, lockdowns and social distancing make that so much more intense. Following a diagnosis of cholangiocarcinoma, even in normal times, patients and their loved ones often feel overwhelmed. They quickly realize that there are few people who have knowledge about what it is that they just experienced. CholangioConnect was created to inspire hope. Its focus is to offer patients and their caregivers the opportunity to seek mentorship. CholangioConnect mentors are volunteers. They are survivors, patients, caregivers, and other family members who have their own experience with this disease. And commitments to this community do not stop when someone loses their battle. We also have volunteers who are willing to offer their support to others who have suffered from the devastating losses of this disease. This quotation is attributed to an unknown author, but the message is one that is spoken in the hearts of many in our Cholangio family. One of our greatest tests is to see if we are able to bless someone else while we are going through our own storm. Mentors are often navigating their own difficulties, and yet they find it incredibly rewarding to help others that are facing similar challenges. A few weeks ago, I received this text from a truly dedicated woman, an incredibly beautiful person, our wonderful Peggy Barney. She was writing from her hospital bed, isolated because of the pandemic, yet her words speak to the essence of who she is. She wrote, "I have been fighting emotion the last few months since I can't walk and can't get around. I've been asking God to help me so that I can help others again. It's not about me." She represents a determination that is truly present in this foundation. It has been asked, why does our foundation have such a program when there are other larger mentoring projects that are out there? And my answer to you is, in a word, unique. Most of us remember our reaction when we heard the word cholangiocarcinoma. If it wasn't written, you might have asked for a spelling. For the Macias family, the reality that few people had ever heard of this really fast became an obstacle in their finding support. They envisioned a vehicle that would be unrivaled in the world of cholangiocarcinoma. A comprehensive network of people who are affected with biliary cancer. The foundation has been the catalyst for realizing their dream. CholangioConnect was born. Connection was a motivation in designing our logo. Yes, we are connected. We are a family of sorts. We are bonded together by personal hardship, by love, and a common diagnosis. With each other, we truly grow, we laugh, we encourage, and yes, unfortunately, we do grieve. As the program evolves, the circle of caring becomes more evident. Patients who are mentoring, remember those who once mentored them. For many, it is a time to pay forward the compassion and comfort that was once a part of their world and what was afforded them. A consummate example of this is reflected in the Castle family from South Africa. In this slide, we find young Josh celebrating a not dead yet birthday with his medical team. Josh gave each guest a shopping list of groceries so that they could buy those things as a gift to him. Those items were then distributed to underprivileged pediatric cancer patients. Josh always had a project. Among his friends, they filled 2 carfuls of groceries. His mom wrote, "When Josh, our 14-year-old son, was diagnosed with stage 4 cholangiocarcinoma, our world was turned upside down." There aren't many upsides to cholangiocarcinoma, but we stumbled across some. We were assigned a mentor. In those terrifying days, it was having someone to answer your questions. Where could we get a second opinion? What should we ask the oncologist? And why molecular tests were vital. We got practical help, and even more importantly, we had the ear of someone who just got it when it seemed that we would never catch a break. Josh never expected to have so many grandparents. We found friends, too many to mention, although the late Brian Lowe was there throughout our journey. Where other groups were filled with terrified mothers wailing their pain, I'd stumbled across a new family of people who walked beside me. They were always abundant with their knowledge and empathy. Josh died 364 days post-diagnosis. Yet he was able to fit more into that year than most people do in a lifetime. After his death, I again needed support and care. Again, this community came to my aid. They offered me kindness, empathy, and help. We will never have the words to express the gratitude we feel. This is a new family that we never wanted, but we have ended up loving dearly. This remarkable mom encourages us as she states, "It's why I've signed up to be a mentor now. It would be an honor to be that person for someone else." General Doolittle captured the essence of who we are beautifully. There is nothing stronger than the heart of a volunteer. The inauguration for CholangioConnect was in July of 2017. During these past 3 years, we have connected with over 300 patients and caregivers. With the exception of Antarctica, those connections are found on every continent. This speaks volumes about the concern and compassion that is inherent in the volunteers of this foundation. We look out for each other. In this slide, Marcia Goldstein reflects about her experience as a volunteer. She is consistently reaching out to patients in every circumstance, even riding hospital shuttles. She writes that CholangioConnect has afforded me the opportunity to listen to the experiences of peers dealing with cholangio and to share mine. She also says that she is able to inject a positive message and attitude along with some guidance. The primary role of the volunteer is to offer support and knowledge to those reaching out to the program. We remember that we are all connected and that we strive to compassionately help others who are overwhelmed and suffering. Mentors take on many roles, but being a good listener is probably the most important. Few do this better than Tom Lightsky. He does a great job developing relationships around the globe and creating meaningful friendships. Tom has written that he has been active with CholangioConnect for several years now, and he is most amazed with some of the relationships that have developed. He writes that when I had a major metastatic spread last year, it was heartwarming to have some of the families I was mentoring reach out to me. We are all in this together. And what I hear the most is that they are glad to have someone that can talk them through and understands what they are going through. So you might be questioning if you are even capable of becoming a mentor. You know, many of you do this without your even knowing. How many times have you listened to another person as they shared their struggle? You know, if it's specific to your situation, how many times have you directed them to resources that you personally found beneficial? Most of you do this each time you have the opportunity to share with another in the cholangiocarcinoma family. You are already there. What a valuable asset you could be to us. If you would sign up to be a part of this network, we could reach even more people. Arthur Ashe encouraged us to volunteer. Start where you are, use what you have, and do what you can. We would love to have you be a part of the Cholangio Connection. It is a family where people reach out to each other. And actually, the process is very easy for you to become involved. Initially, you will access the foundation website and follow our CholangioConnect logo. As Cindy Thomas explained earlier, you will submit an application that is general in nature and is for every volunteer in the foundation. Once that is complete, she will forward your information to me, and I will be in touch with you so that you can do a few more steps specific for this program. This allows us to facilitate more meaningful connections. You know, I want you to know that when I receive a request that is compatible with your profile, I will reach out to you before you are connected. You know, we recognize that everyone has busy lives and commitments. And for patients especially, not every day is wonderful. Or as my husband used to always say, not every day is Christmas. Before someone is assigned to you, I will reach out regarding your availability. Please know that there is no pressure should the timing not work in a current situation. Now, if you are not already a mentor, either as a patient or a caregiver, and you do have some time, I ask you to please think about becoming one. I am only one, but I am one. I cannot do everything, but I can do something. And I will not let what I cannot do interfere with what I can do. I reflect upon the beauty that is deep within the hearts of our mentors. One of the program's first volunteers sent this Grenfell quotation with his application. He shared that these words were part of his motivation to be involved. I remember today, with humility, Jeff Bartel, patient and volunteer extraordinaire. The service we render to others is really the rent we pay for our room on this earth. It is obvious that man is himself a traveler, that the purpose of this world is not to have and to hold, but to give and serve. There can be no other meaning. Recognizing all the mentors who have traveled on, they have given us by their example a gift that is perpetually cherished. We are forever indebted, and our thanks to them.